Welcome back, guys. Before the video starts, I just want to ask that you guys like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel and lets me know that you guys enjoy my content. With that said, let's get straight to the video. I just did an interview with one of the biggest Dokkan YouTubers, DaTruthDT, and we went through a lot of things, mostly about Ultimate Gohan for my latest video that will be releasing soon. And I don't want to show you guys the entire interview, but I do want to give you guys some clips and some bits of that interview so that way you guys can have some fun with it too. Maybe later, maybe another one comes out if he wants to do one. But until then, I hope you guys enjoy. Hello everybody, I have DaTruthDT with me. We're going to be doing a little bit of an interview. I want your perspective on Gohan right now.
Okay.
When he first...
I love Gohan. I'm a big Gohan fan. I'm not sure if you knew. I'm big.
You're a big Ultimate Gohan fan?
Oh yeah. Yes, sir. Love him.
Nah, this is cap. This is cap.
I mean, you know, we're still, by the way, people think, oh, we got our LR Ultimate Gohan. No, we didn't. The LR Ultimate Gohan that was on the Legendary Election, that was Saga, baby. And guess what we don't have yet? So when he shows up, I'm ready.
Oh my god, the Legendary Election. Back then, that was just like the golden age of Dokkan for me. I remember like all the leaks on Twitter and stuff like that coming out. Like everything was just such a blast back then. Now it's like Dokkan community's a little bit too serious about stuff in my opinion, but like what can you do? What can you really do? The Legendary Election.
I got it right here, yeah.
Yeah, we still need that Saga Ultimate Gohan. It's coming for like Golden Week or whatever. No.
It could be. Part 2 LR. So. Tanabata, okay.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, so I have like 9 questions in general for you, but some of them are for the community, some of them for me. I cooked with these questions, so I hope you're ready. Okay. The first one is, on Gohan's release, I understand that you weren't the biggest fan of his. Do you think the biggest factor in that was because he didn't transform?
Wait a minute. Wait. Wait, no, we're talking LR Ultimate Gohan.
Yes.
I sidetracked myself. Dude, for a second, I was going to scream through the mic. What? Are you kidding?
No.
Dude. Yeah, okay. Now, yeah, keep going. Yeah, LR Ultimate Gohan. Yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
Okay, so do you think the biggest factor in that was because he didn't transform? And if he did, would you have drastically changed your way, or the way you felt about him at the time?
Okay, so at the start, I mean, yes, it obviously is a huge, like, dumb thing that Dokkan did it the way they did, right? Of course. But no, I would have gotten over that quickly. It's like, if he was designed in a way that I would have more fun with, and I wouldn't feel so, like, when I'm using LR Ultimate Gohan, I feel shackled to him. Like, he feels very cumbersome to me. It's a similar thing almost with the 8th anniversary LRs, but their mechanics are quite better to play around with it than Gohan. Right. But that's more so what my issue is. It is, like, my sort of disdain for the character a lot this year has been kit related, not because of the fact that he's not Beast. Unfortunately, if it was start of turn Beast, I'd be talking the same way about him. So let's be glad that the real Beast in 30 days. Hopefully he's not built like that one.
That's very interesting you bring that up. There's a question related to that later on in the interview, but okay. Second question I have for you. As one of the biggest Dokkan YouTubers, you have a lot of influence throughout the community, and people really listen to you. Do you feel like your initial reaction to the lack of an actual Beast Gohan on his release affected the way the character would be seen throughout the community?
Sure, but I mean, I would imagine a lot of people, besides just someone that heard like me say that or Goresh or something like that, would also be bummed out by that. Like, it's not like, because me and Goresh, we were, live streaming at the same time. We had the same reaction pretty much.
Yeah.
People who weren't like there with us, like watching our restream of it, I'm sure were feeling pretty similar to us. Like, do some people like see me and his reaction and then maybe like latch onto it? Sure. But I don't think that we had that much of an impact on the character being hated compared to what would have happened if I didn't exist, right? I think he still would have had kind of the same trajectory. Legends fans would be laughing. Everyone would be laughing, right? Like Toshi, like cackling, at Battle Hour, like, hey, here you go, real Beast Gohan, right? Like all these things still happen if I'm not around.
I guess what I mean is you know, your initial reaction on the character. Honestly, throughout that stream, because I did go back and rewatched it. I rewatched it like twice just to make sure I wasn't going crazy. You and Goresh were actually the silent few of the group. It was more so Minato and some of the other people that you had in there that were more vocal about the fact that Gohan didn't get a transformation.
Well,
you guys,
I mean, I was devastated because I
oh
knew.
yeah,
Like
you were loud.
I knew what that meant. Like that. Yeah.
You were loud on Twitter, not really in the stream though. That confused me a little bit. Okay. I suppose
I was kind of like shell shocked. I did not because there were some whispers of that, right? Like that, like it would just be an active skill. Like it's not like no one had brought that up or it was just out of nowhere. But it's just like, come on, like they can't do that because that would be like the stupidest thing they could do. And that's why, like, when it's like, I think the first thing we saw, right, was that Orange Piccolo was a giant form, and that was like, oh, I mean, I actually have no issues with that, like, because it's still a transformation, and then we're using Orange Piccolo, right? Like, I have zero problem with it, and that's not even talking about his kit, right? Just aesthetically, like, maybe his animations could have been a little bit better, but you do transform and use Orange Piccolo. I think that's fine.
I do think that, like, you obviously I didn't know about the showcases and everything else like that, like you going to Allen. I don't think a lot of people know about that at all. So I think a lot of people see that you're like making a video, you're like, oh dude, I can't stand Gohan, he's dog poo. It just, I think it does affect how people look at the character a little bit more. And also I'm on your side when it comes to the experience side of the game, right? But I am also understanding of the mathematics, right? Like, because I do think.
Well, okay. I mean, I could cut right in. Okay. So you go way back in some of my videos from the earlier days, right? Like I'm I'm eating that up. Like, oh, like here's the the hardest hitting TURs and like all that stuff is like APT and stuff like that.
Definitely.
At some point. This would have been after AGL Turles started to fall off.
Yeah.
And these calcs would be done, and it would be an insane rotation of like Broly plus Turles, and it's just like that just gets obliterated. Like I don't like, yeah, dude, the mythical APT number is so great. That doesn't mean that character's that good if they just die instantly. And then like I can even think too about Tanabata of 2022. When at the time there was a big sentiment that if Namek Goku got a 200% leader skill, he would potentially be like top 5 in the game.
Right.
And I was kind of pushing back against that. And I remember a post popped up on the Reddit where they were frustrated because I think it was the video I did was ranking every character until I got to Namek Goku. And it was like Kid Gohan in front of it, something. I'd have to go back and double check, but and the Reddit was kind of just like, no, like this is BS. And like they had a bunch of like those numbers like APT and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And one of it was, this is of course with Namek Goku in slot 1. And it's like, we're already in red zone meta. It's like, no.
One more thing before you go. Did you enjoy the Maharaga versus Sakuna fight? Was that peak?
Oh, I mean, you're putting me on the spot because I actually did hate it. I adored it in the manga, but I hated it. Yeah.
There's no way. Okay.
Hated it. Yeah.
Why?
We're gonna get into this, dude. I became bored. I was bored halfway through. Like I actually watched for the first time watching it. Like I didn't see like anything beforehand or anything. I just heard people say it was really good. Oh my. That God. I'm not good at explaining this. But like so I'm doing a rewatch of Yu Hakusho right now, currently, right? This is relevant. I'm not just making up stuff. So every day, like when I eat, I just typically like eat while watching an episode of Yu Hakusho. In the middle of it, there's like during a fight where the animation style changes drastically to like I don't know how to describe, like kind of like the softer designs. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
like
right? like how Shintani would do it, right?
Yeah. The softer designs so that the movement is more like it's just
fluid.
Like they love it, right? Like the animation junkies or whatever. Like they say like, oh, this is great animation. But for me, I'm not as a big a fan of style of the great animation with the like less detailed looking characters than maybe what people would scoff and say that animation is not that good, but it just looks a lot better, right? Like I feel like during the Maharaga versus Sakuna fight, like it's just so much nothing happening.
No,
it's just nothing.
No, they're so.
Yes,
I think
yes.
what it is for you. Your eyes are getting too old, man. You're not able to see as much.
I would be with you, but I've never liked that Darkness of the Dragon Flame episode of Hiei in the Dark Tournament, man.
Okay.
And that's what I'm referring to in Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm just not a fan of the way that episode looks compared to the previous episode.
Okay.
It's like JJK. Dude, the look of season 1, I prefer that by
no way.
Yes.
No, zero chance. You're telling me, okay, the Choso versus Yuji fight, that was peak, right? You can admit
that was peak.
Okay,
yeah. And so far, I mean, almost all of the Mahito stuff has been good.
My god, yeah, Mahito.
Right, like Todo. So like Todo's kind of like an epiphany or revelation. That would be one of those kind of things I wouldn't like, but I actually really like that. Like I don't know, like it's one of those things where like I hate it more when it doesn't fit too. So like that fits perfectly. Like the number one example that's terrible is Naruto versus Pain. Right?
Yeah. That's a good one to bring up. But I feel like Naruto versus Pain is like a trillion times worse to me than what Sakuna versus Mahoraga would be. Sakuna versus Mahoraga in the manga is exactly how I envisioned it when it got adapted into the anime. I love the fact that they were able to show off Sakuna's actual curse technique.
Here's the other thing, man. I mean, I already didn't like it, but in the manga, he walks out of that smoke or whatever. He's got the wheel on his shoulder and says, "Here, get out of me here, bitch."
Oh.
And then in the anime, they don't show that.
That's true. That was a peak.
They don't show that.
That was a peak Sakuna moment. I will admit. Yeah. Okay, but like,
hey, people, to be fair, just because I don't like one episode, I'm a JJK fan, man. I know this stuff. I didn't like the episode. Tough. I'm sorry, man. I wish I would have loved it.
Okay, to be fair though, I feel like me and you can agree on this. The scene where Sakuna is about to do his domain expansion against Mahoraga, you gotta admit that was kind of cool looking though, right? It was pretty cool. That big ass smile on his face. He was about to unleash his domain expansion. That was crazy. That was peak Sakuna. Come on.
I hated it. I'm sorry.
No way. Even that, it was pretty still. Like it was pretty on model to me.
I hated it. Yeah, I did. I just hated that. Pretty much the whole episode. Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, man, I've been rewatching all of season 1.
I gotta be wrong because I'm the only one that thinks that, right? Like people are so mad at it, but it's like, dude, like I don't like it, man. I'm
not mad. I'm just upset, man. I'm disappointed. I thought we could bask in that hype together, but I guess not, man. I have no one to enjoy this with. All right, whatever. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you to Truth for making this possible. I really appreciate it. And yeah, bye. Well, that's it for today. But if you guys want to watch the full interview, consider becoming a member. It is live right now for members only. Or wait a couple days and the full video will be out and you guys will be able to see it then. With that said though, guys, I really appreciate each and every last one of you who stayed to the very end of the video. If you did, like and subscribe. It really means the world. And yeah, bye. And for more content just like this, consider becoming a member where you get access to the members only Discord channels where we host live events for the community every month and exclusive content and private server content over there. Also consider hitting the like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. And with that said, I appreciate you all and have a great day.